my name is Paul Guthrow, and I'm running for City Council again. Last primary election, I came in a close third, and now even more people would like me to be their city councilor, a councilor that will get the job done better, and a councilor who they can be proud of. I was born and raised in Roxbury and Dorchester, and moved to Lynn about 45 years ago after starting my career at GE Aerospace. My dad was a Boston police officer, and my mom took care of me, my sister, and my 4 brothers. I went to Don Bosco Technical High School and received full academic scholarships to Boston College and the Navy ROTC program at Holy Cross. After trying chemistry at BC for a couple of years, I dropped out and enlisted in the Marine Corps for 4 years. There I was a basic rifleman, a jet engine mechanic, crew chief, and maintenance controller for attack jets, climbing the ranks to E5 sergeant, all meritoriously. I started GE Aerospace in Local 201 as an apprentice all-around machinist and soon moved to Lynn. I retired early after 36 years as a test cell engineer, responsible for sick engines and leading teams to troubleshoot and fix them. Most importantly, this involved finding root cause and developing and instituting corrective action. I was rehired for 4 more years after that to troubleshoot part manufacturing problems, capping off a 40-year career. While at GE, my wife Patty and I raised 4 beautiful daughters in St. Pius neighborhood. Their time at Sisson, Pickering, English, and St. Mary's deeply rooted us in the neighborhood and the city. While they grew, my commitment to the community was unprecedented. I volunteered at every step of the way in leadership positions at Wyoma Little League, East Lynn Popwana, and Greater Lynn Babe Ruth. We met dozens and dozens of wonderful families along the way, and those years were priceless. I also became a trail master in Lynn Woods, leading teams to repair and blaze new trails for over 30 years now. I've served the city as an appointed conservation commissioner. I've also sought out and got hired as a seasonal DPW employee to learn and perform as a snow chaser covering some of Ward 1's snow routes. I am now a proud and active Hibernian with Shamrock and Master degrees, a 3rd degree Knight of Columbus, where I hold leadership positions on the council and building association, a Commandant and Judge Advocate in the Marine Corps League, an active Master Mason at the Ascendus Lodge here in Lynn, and an active Aleppo Shriner, volunteering for the Children's Hospital Transportation Fund. I also volunteer at the Summer Linwoods Race Series, and I'm a rowing coach for St. Mary's High School on Sluice Pond. My reasons for running again are many. One is to give the voters a choice, a better choice. I am ready, willing, and able to share my time and talent with my community again, this time as City Councilor for Ward 1, my neighborhood. I have the time available to develop and maintain great working relationships with others in the city. I will stay dedicated to the people in the ward, for I have no aspirations of higher office. I will be a true, reliable councilor, just as I've been a true and reliable neighbor and community member. I also want to go deep on all the issues affecting us and those coming at us in the near and distant future, so that I can keep my neighbors informed ahead of time. I notice way too much anxiety in my neighbors today, and it's mostly due to lack of timely, accurate communication and forward-thinking information that they need. I would very much like to meet and talk with you if you'd like. Feel free to call me or message me at 617-240-0255. I also invite you to email me at pgouthro@comcast.net. There's nothing better to know and learn from each other than honest and relaxed conversation. In closing, please mark your calendars on November 4th and vote for me to be your new councilor, a councilor you will be proud of. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Cardelis Paez and I am running to be your next Ward 5 City Councilor in Lynn, Massachusetts. Before I tell you more about myself and why I'm seeking this role, I want to share something I've observed while walking through the community and speaking with many of you over the past few weeks. That is that I am consistently asked, what does a city councilor actually do? Which is a great place to start this conversation. A city councilor is an elected official who represents either a specific district, a ward, or an entire city at large in local government. Together, city councilors make up the city council, which serves as the legislative branch of our local government. They are responsible for creating laws, approving the city's budget, and overseeing the delivery of essential services, from public works to public safety. I'm running for this position because Ward 5 is going through real changes, and I want to ensure that the voices of longtime residents and working families are central to that process. As someone born and raised in Lynn and the proud daughter of Dominican immigrants, I've lived the experiences of many in our community. I grew up in government-assisted housing and now live in Pine Hill in a home my family owns. I've been fortunate to benefit from the incredible community-based organizations in our city, including Leo Head Start, Raw Artworks, Girls Inc., KIP, just to name a few. These spaces introduced me to a wide range of people and gave me the confidence and support I needed to grow. They shaped the person I am today and inspired me to pursue educational and professional opportunities in California, Japan, Guatemala, all of which I've now brought back home with me. Most recently, I've worked at a Lynn-based nonprofit focused on affordable housing and economic development. I'm passionate about using these experiences to serve you and help Lynn thrive for generations to come. If elected, I'll focus on 4 areas. First is uplifting downtown Lynn. Our downtown has so much potential. It's already home to businesses that support our local economy, and with the right investments, it can become a vibrant hub for jobs, culture, and community life. But to get there, we need to tackle long-standing challenges. That includes parking, safety concerns, substance use issues, lighting, and foot traffic, all of which deter people from supporting local businesses. While the city has taken steps to improve these issues, we must keep pushing for comprehensive solutions that make downtown safer, more accessible, and economically vibrant. Second is environmental justice. Lynn is officially designated as an environmental justice community. That means our neighborhoods bear a disproportionate share of environmental hazards, from air and water pollution to unsafe housing, limited access to fresh food, and poor transportation options. These aren't abstract problems. They affect our daily lives. I'll advocate for clear policies and community boards that prioritize health equity, sustainability, and climate resilience, so Lynn can be a healthier and greener place for all. Third is obviously affordable housing. Housing affordability is a national issue, but the solutions must be place-based or at least local. We need city leadership that understands Lynn's unique needs and is willing to work with residents, nonprofits, and developers to create innovative, community-centered housing solutions. That means protecting existing affordable units, expanding housing options, and ensuring responsible development that keeps longtime residents in their homes. Fourth is co-governance and community power. The most important part of this role is working with you. At the local level, co-governance, meaning making decisions with the community, not for them, is not only possible, but also incredibly powerful. You all bring expertise, whether it's local history, industry knowledge, or lived experience, that should shape the policies we create together. Even when we may disagree, we share this space and deserve mutual respect, dialogue, and collaboration. If elected, I'll create regular rotating community meetings and introduce practices like participatory budgeting, where residents help decide how public dollars are spent. This will be a space to tackle issues like our parks, homelessness, public safety, and more together. Let's build a stronger Ward 5 together. Ward 5 is one of the most diverse and dynamic districts in Lynn. Each precinct brings its own strengths and challenges, making this a truly exciting place to live, work, and play. With that, I leave you with a note that this election will be lively. Ward 5 has 4 new candidates who all care deeply about our community. I encourage you to stay informed and vote in the primaries on Tuesday, September 2nd. Only 2 candidates will move on to the general election Tuesday, November 4th. As I mentioned before, this is just the beginning of a conversation. If you see me around or I knock on your door, please say hello. I look forward to meeting more of you throughout the campaign and hopefully serving as your next city councilor. Thank you and take care.
Hello, everyone. My name is Liliana Patino, and I am running for Ward 5 City Council. I am so grateful to have the opportunity to share with you a little bit about me, my experience, my vision, and my hopes for Lynn. From a very young age, I learned that challenges bring opportunities. And yes, I continue taking advantage of those. In my family, I was the first one to complete high school. I was the first one to attend college. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in mental health counseling. I was the first one to become a U.S. citizen, and I was the first one to become a homeowner here in Lynn. Currently, I serve as Governor's Maura Healey Advisory Council on Latino Empowerment, and I'm part of the Programming and Evaluation Committee for Children Trust. In my role as a Senior Director of Community Impact and Development, I oversee a couple of community programs, including the Family Resource Center, the RISE Project, which is a gambling prevention program, and the CALM team here in Lynn, which is a response to a community need. I had faced multiple needs and I learned to break through. So I see my living experience as one of my biggest assets. Learning how to navigate complex systems similar to yours. With more than 30 years working in the community, my experience has allowed me to support families from all different backgrounds, to support parents, not only with information, but actually advocating for them, leading community strategies, and creating collaborations, working at the local and the state level, creating ways to better serve individuals and in their communities. The knowledge I have allows me to lead, to advocate, and to collaborate with multiple organizations here in Lynn and in many other communities. In a city as diverse as Lynn, we need leaders who not only reflect the community demographic, but who also deeply understand its daily struggles and strengths. As a Latina, as an immigrant, as a mother and a woman of color, I see diversity as a strength, not a weakness. Access and opportunity are a right, regardless of where you live, where you came from, whatever your immigration status is, who you love, or the pronouns you choose to have. Lynn is in a moment of growth. We've seen new housing, investment in transportation, expansion in education, focus on clean air and energy. And these are very, very exciting steps forward. But in the midst of the progress, we cannot lose sight of the long-time residents who are still struggling. Veterans who cannot afford their prescriptions or rent. Single parents juggling multiple jobs without access to childcare. Families crumble into single rooms. Substance misuse, and people being unhoused. Not knowing to know at the end of the day, that is horrible, and we need a permanent solution for that. Not everyone in Ward 5 lives in a single family home, and let me say this out loud. Ward 5 is not only Pine Hill. We need clean streets. We need available safe parks and playgrounds. We need additional parking. We need increasing communication between government and residents, and those are key factors in my campaign. We need to invest in our youth, support the workforce, pipeline for social workers, teachers, nurses, and clinicians. They are the future of Lynn, and they deserve a real opportunity. Young people need to know their rights and their power. Many of the youth in Lynn are the first ones to vote in their family, so let's engage them in the civil life. So again, my experience and my journey has allowed me to grow and to support the community I live in. I am ready to be your voice. I am ready to continue working at the local and the state level. I am ready to be intentional and to be strategic. Soy una latina orgullosa de representar la comunidad en la que vivo. So my vision is one where Lynn's growth includes everyone, where we don't just celebrate new developments, but we also ensure that those that build the development can actually stay and live here. That means a stronger communication between government and residents, ensuring housing is truly affordable, and the expanding support for small business and essential services. Once again, thank you for listening. Thank you for your time and for allowing me to share my passion and my dreams. Thank you to all of the nonprofits in the community for doing the work they are doing. So go and vote. Your voice matters. You can find me on social media, Liliana for Lynn, 781-820-0301. Thank you.
My name is Josh Polonsky, and I would be truly honored to serve as your next Ward 5 City Councilor. It would mean the world to me to have the opportunity to represent and support the residents of the city I've been proud to call home my entire life. I grew up here in Lynn. I'm a product of the Lynn public school system, having attended the public schools throughout my entire academic career. I'm a graduate of Lynn Classical High School, class of 1996. My wife Renee grew up in nearby Salem, Mass. When we got married, we made the choice to stay here in Lynn and raise our children here. My wife is my biggest supporter and always by my side no matter what I take on. I could not do this without her. My kids, Ava and Ben, are both incredibly excited about the idea of their dad becoming the next Ward 5 City Councilor. They love the city they're growing up in, and they believe I can help to keep Lynn a place they're both proud to call home. I want to thank my parents, Betty and Jay. Their support, not only in this campaign, but throughout my life, has helped me to become the person that I am today. Without their influence and guidance, I would not have the values instilled in me that are required to not only be a city councilor, but to serve as an effective city councilor. I've learned so much about the importance of family values and the importance of taking pride in your community from the lessons they both taught me. During my time at Classical, I found my passion in the school's TV studio. I was introduced to all aspects of television production, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. I had the opportunity to learn about covering live sporting events for TV. That experience would ultimately be the foundation which I was able to build an amazing career out of. It was not just the hands-on experience I had. The academic education I received from Classical was second to none. I was absolutely prepared to take on all of the challenges that college had to offer me because of the roots that I had established from my time in Lynn Public Schools. I earned my bachelor's degree from Framingham State College in 2001, and I've worked in the television and radio industry ever since. I'm a member of two unions, NABIT CWA, Local 18, with GBH Radio in Boston, and I'm proudly endorsed by IBEW Local 1228, which I am a member of for my work in television. Throughout my career, I've held a variety of roles, many in leadership positions, where my decisions, experience, and judgment directly influenced the success of both individual programs and seasons of programming. People often ask me why I want to serve as the next Ward 5 councilor. I take pride in the ability to help people. I feel that if I am able to help move Ward 5 and the City of Lynn in a continued positive direction, I have a responsibility to help do so. I believe at the city level, our elected officials need to be accessible to every resident, because at this local level of politics, real, tangible change can begin. One of my core goals is to be a strong, reliable, and trusted liaison between the residents of Ward 5 and our city officials. I cannot be that type of leader if I'm not accessible to everyone. I want to ensure that your concerns are heard. More importantly, I want to see to it that they're addressed. I want to hear from you, all of you, to truly listen to your concerns. And I want to be a trusted voice in City Hall, a voice that represents the needs of every Ward 5 resident. I know I can't do this alone. Together, we can make progress. I'm ready to learn from you, work with you, and work for you. I'll be proud to serve on behalf of this community I care so deeply about. There's always been so much for the residents of Lynn to be proud of. The city is rich with history and without a doubt has a very bright future ahead. Just look at the exciting developments happening at Lynn Harbor Park and McManus Park. Those are powerful examples of what's in store for our community in the near future. We're lucky to have incredible resources like Lynn Beach, Lynn Commons, and Lynn Woods. Each one is a unique part of what makes Lynn such a special place to call home. But our greatest resource isn't a place. It's the people. Lynn is filled with hardworking, resilient families who care deeply about their community. We wear the badge of being a Lynner with pride, and we all have every reason to do so. I've been proud to serve as a community leader here in Lynn for many years. I've coached children in Lynn Youth Soccer and flag football. I've served as both a coach and a board member with Pine Hill Little League. Currently, I'm a coach with Lynn Youth Hockey, and yes, I'll admit it, every kid on the ice skates better than I do. But I'm out there on the ice at Connery 2 to 3 times a week during our season, doing my part and showing up for the kids. For the past 14 years, I've also been committed to keeping the Pine Hill Civic Association active. I've had the pleasure of serving as the president of the organization since 2019. One of the efforts I'm most proud of is our dedication to keeping the Pine Hill Independence Day Parade going, which is one of the longest running celebrations of its kind in our area. Through my volunteer work, I've had the opportunity to collaborate with city councilors as well as Lynn Police and Fire Departments, and I hope to continue that work in an official capacity. As a lifelong resident of Lynn, I believe I've got a strong understanding of our community's needs, and I can be trusted to help keep the city moving forward in a positive direction into the future. Being a father to 2 young kids growing up in the city keeps me grounded and keeps me focused, especially on the needs of our youngest residents. It's incredibly important to me that our children have safe, welcoming places to play, grow, and stay active right here in Lynn. The best way I can be effective for you is by learning from you, by being accessible to you, and by listening to you, and by continuing to take pride in the city we all share. Lynn is our city. I'm ready to fight for it, work for it, and represent you with everything I've got. I'm Josh Polonsky, and I would truly appreciate your support in this campaign and your vote on Election Day. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Billy Devon, Jr. I have lived in Ward 7 proudly my entire life. I grew up on Blakely Street, which is in the heart of West Lynn, and I attended and graduated from Lincoln Thompson Elementary School, Breed Middle School, and Lynn Classical High School. I was fortunate later to go to college at North Adams State, which is now Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. I graduated in 1987 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology and Public Relations. I have spent 30 years working as a teacher, a coach, and an administrator in the Lynn public school system. Probably the greatest 30 years of my life. From 2007 to 2024, I served as Lynn Classical High School's athletic director. That was a tremendous job. I met so many quality kids and teachers and parents, and I felt blessed to have served in that capacity. Prior to my 30 years in the Lynn public school system, I worked 3 years as a youth recreation director at Kerwin Circle, which is also in West Lynn and is run by the Lynn Housing Authority. That was probably the most rewarding 3 years of my professional life. Now, if I can go back to Blakely Street, where I grew up, I was fortunate to meet and marry my wife, who I've been married to for over 30 years. Thank you, Lynn, for everything that you've done for me and helped me with. And we also bought a house on Blakely Street where we raised 5 children who all attended Lynn Public Schools and played all the youth sports, played high school sports. So proud of all my kids, and I'm blessed. Why do I want to be the ward counselor? I retired from Lynn Classical High School in 2024. This would be a perfect job for me. I'm not going to view it as a part-time job. I'm going to view it as a full-time job for me. I'm a strong voice. I'm a good listener. I will try with all my might to get things done for the constituents of Ward 7. I walk the neighborhood just about every single day. I have many friends, many people that Lynn and I know, and I basically love the city of Lynn, but I love Ward 7. Westland American Baseball, Lynn, Greater Lynn, Babe Ruth, all the schools, Classical, Breed, Druitt, Lincoln Thompson, you name it. Some of the things that are important to me as a candidate, obviously public safety is probably number one, followed by education, basic things that we all care about, trash pickup, the roads, trees, new infrastructure, small businesses, Ward 7, just to reiterate, is a great place to live. And I've had great role models before me. I've watched the job that Harry Coppola did, and Ricky Ford, and now Jay Walsh, and I think I would be a great successor to all of the work that those guys have done. This city is definitely heading in the right direction. Mayor Jared Nicholson, if you drive around the city like I do and see all of the things, quite frankly, there's a lot of construction going on right now, but just think of the end product. Think of what this city is going to look like and what the city is trending on becoming. The new Harbor Street Park, all of our playgrounds are tremendous. The roads are going to be great, new buildings, et cetera, et cetera. I will listen to your concerns, and I will do my absolute best to be the best Ward 7 counselor that I can be. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Billy Devon Jr. for Ward 7 counselor. Please vote on September 2nd. Thank you.